Welcome to the webinar. We have a few people that are still trying to get on, and we're actually going to go ahead and get started. This is actually being recorded, so if you happen to miss the beginning, you'll have an opportunity to see this whenever you want. But what we're talking about today is if you own a brick and mortar business, you are a dentist, a chiropractor, a painter, a plumber, cosmetic surgeon, whatever it is. If you own a flower shop, if whatever that is, we all understand that it's important to not only be on the internet, but to be on the front page of Google, Yahoo, and Bing, because that's where the majority of the people are searching. They're no longer going to the yellow pages. They're no longer going to the newspaper. The first thing they do is they pull out their cell phone or they go to their laptop and say, best chiropractor at my town, or, frozen yogurt shop. And then what's been happening lately is we understand from the business owner's perspective that things are constantly changing. Google's schizophrenia, they're constantly changing their algorithm. They come up with a new update. And really, they're not trying to create a hassle for the business. What they're trying to do is create an authentic user experience. So in other words, when someone types in whatever they're looking for online, they want to make sure that the most relevant, the nearest, the closest, the best option is available for the end user. So with all of Google's schizophrenia, how do you know who to trust and who to look to when things are constantly changing? But we're excited to share something with you today. One of the things that has held constant throughout all of Google's changes, all of these search engine changes, is that authentic reviews are king. They hold high precedence in terms of your business ranking on the internet. So before we get started, I want to share with you a very powerful visual representation of what we're talking about today, and that's how to start a movement for your business, and we have a very specific solution for that. This is a very short video, so let's go ahead and just watch that real quick.
So ladies and gentlemen, at TED we talk a lot about leadership and how to make a movement. So let's watch a movement happen, start to finish, in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons from it. First, of course, a leader needs the guts to stand out and be ridiculed. But what he's doing is so easy to follow. So here's his first follower with a crucial role. He's going to show everyone else how to follow. Now notice that the leader embraces him as an equal. So now it's not about the leader anymore, it's about them, plural. Now there he is calling to his friends. Now if you notice that the first follower is actually an underestimated form of leadership in itself. It takes guts to stand out like that. The first follower is what transforms a lone nut into a leader. And here comes a second follower. Now it's not a lone nut, it's not two nuts, 3 is a crowd, and the crowd is news. So a movement must be public. It's important to show not just the leader, but the followers, because you find that new followers emulate the followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, and immediately after, 3 more people. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point. Now we've got a movement. So notice that as more people join in, it's less risky. So those that were sitting on the fence before now have no reason not to. They won't stand out. They won't be ridiculed. But they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. So, over the next minute, you'll see all of the those that prefer to stick with the crowd, because eventually they would be ridiculed for not joining in. And that's how you make a movement. But let's recap some lessons from this. So, first, if you are the type, like the shirtless dancing guy, that is standing alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals. So it's clearly about the movement, not you. Okay, but we might have missed the real lesson here. The biggest lesson, if you noticed, did you catch it? Is that leadership is over-glorified. That yes, it was the shirtless guy was first, and he'll get all the credit, but it was really the first follower that transformed the lone nut into a leader. So as we're told that we should all be leaders, that would be really ineffective. If you really care about starting a movement, have the courage to follow and show others how to follow. And when you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first one to stand up and join in. And what a perfect place to do that, TED. Thanks.
So how to start a movement. We're using this video as a very powerful, visualization of how to start a movement for your business and how in terms of online, because that's where people are searching. So how does that work? So how to start a movement. A simple way to get on the front page of the major search engines like Yahoo, Bing, and Google, especially with multiple keywords. It's modern day. You're sharing your message. You probably have a website. Just because you have a website does not mean you're getting the exposure that you would like for your business. Now, starting a movement has something different. It has some benefits from the eyes of Google. The more people that are talking about your business online, the better placement you're going to have online. So that's one benefit. The other benefit, just like we saw in the video, you have the guy out there and he's all by himself and people are kind of looking at him like he's kind of a freak. And it takes a little bit of time. Well, then all of a sudden one other guy comes up and he starts, basically talking about your business. He comes up and dances. Then a third guy comes and it's slowly starting to build momentum. And eventually you just see this rush, this tsunami, this wave of people that are starting to talk about your business. Google loves that. Well, the other benefit is when people search, they may see your competition that's below you have 3 people talking about their business, 3 reviews. Well, maybe you have 30 reviews. Maybe you have 300 reviews. Well, who is that person going to be gravitated towards? The person that has more social proof, more people talking about their business. So this not only allows people to easily find you, but these people are, in addition, becoming your biggest megaphone. It used to be that word-of-mouth referrals were the most powerful thing that you could have for your business. Well, it's the same way online. The more people talking about your business builds your authority, builds your credibility, and your buyer confidence.
So here's what we know. Google algorithm changes constantly. Us as internet marketers think that Google tries to mess with us every time they change their algorithm, but that's not true. What they are trying to do, and what they do, is that they have a search, whatever search it is, they want to make sure it's the most relevant and up-to-date pages that come up on the first page, links that come up on the first page. So Google actually is helping the customer and the person that's searching get the most relevant information, because there's, think about it, cosmetic dentistry, there's millions and millions of pages out there on cosmetic dentistry. And even if we go to on a local level, there's probably hundreds of pages about cosmetic dentistry just on a local level itself. So if you're trying to look for a cosmetic dentist, you don't want just some person that's blogging about cosmetic dentists on the front page of Google. You want a good, reputable cosmetic dentist on the front page of Google. So that's what Google is doing when they change their algorithms. They tweak it every now and then just to make sure that all the content there is relevant and is what you are actually looking for. But here's what does not change. The reviews. The reviews are the game changer. The reviews help us when we're making buying decisions. And Google, Yahoo, and Bing know that reviews are weighted heavily and are very valuable in our eyes as consumers. So reviews are going to stay no matter what. So this is what we're really excited about. We're really excited about our product, Reputation Site Solutions. And it's a great way to help business owners with our reviews and getting on the front page. And this is why I love Reputation Site Solutions so much. First of all, it's tangible. You can put your hands on it. It's immediate. It gives you real-time results. It gives you more control over your business. It gives a business owner control over their reputation. And it gives you immediate feedback. You can proactively resolve any customer's issues, any customer service issues right away. Search engine domination. We can get our clients ranked with up to 10 different keywords. Now, I've had people say, well, I have 125, 150 keywords on my website. Well, that's good if you know what you're doing with those keywords. But you know what? Our research has found that most people, when they're searching for something specific, they're only using about 5 to 10 different keywords. And these keywords, from our research, are the ones that people go to right away, that pop right into their minds. And so from there, we can get you ranked with up to 10 different keywords. It saves your business thousands of dollars, driving new customers to your front door instead of your competition. So let's take a tour through a customer's eyes. All right, so here we are on Google. So what I did a search for Dental Exam Olathe, which is a town in Kansas. Now, as you can see, this box right here is the ads. Like Nick said earlier, 14%, only 14% of these people trust these ads. So most of us skip right over these ads. So Perfect Smiles Dental Care pops up on the first spot of the organic search. So I click on that. As a potential patient, I'm looking for a dental exam. So I click on that, and I'm taken to this page. Now this is our profile page that we built out for our customers. So as you can see, there's a lot of great stuff on here. First of all, my eyes go right to these 5-star reviews. 60 reviews. Dr. Bridenstine of Perfect Smiles Dental Care has 60 reviews that patients have left for him. And you know what? When he first started with us, about a month and a half ago, he was only getting I think there was about 12 reviews total online for his business. Now he's up to 60 reviews. So also a couple other important things that I want to mention here on the profile page. You have a QR code, hours of operation, a little bit about Perfect Smiles Dental Care, the nearby cities that Dr. Bridenstine services, map. You can actually scroll in to get directions. Now from here, About Us will actually lead him to his actual website, Review Maps. If you click on this here, this map just shows you where the reviews are coming from, but if you look over here, this is the real meat of the reviews map, is all the reviews. As you can see, Dr. Bridenstine has review after review about his practice. Customer reviews, special offer. If you have a special offer you want to throw out to your patients, offer to your patients, here's what we can do for you. Offer a coupon here, and then contact us if you want to schedule an appointment. If I was a patient, I'd click on here to call them up, request a time that I could get in and see them. All right, so since we're using the dental example, so we'll kind of continue from here with now the patient has seen the dentist, got their teeth fixed, filling, crown, just a regular teeth cleaning. As they leave, the receptionist then asks the patient, say, hey, feedback is really important to us, and we want to make sure that your experience with us is positive and favorable. Will you mind leaving us our online review at our iPad kiosk? Now, this is really important to have these iPad kiosks in your office, because a lot of times companies will ask their customers and their patients to go home and leave, get on Google, get on Yahoo or Yelp, and leave an online review for them. And good intentions always fall to the wayside, because as we see, if that happened every time, all these companies would have an abundance of reviews online. But as we see, that doesn't happen. So having that immediate access to an online review site like this right here, the patient's just going to walk over, put their name and email address in, put how many stars they want, and then what their experience has been. Just check a few boxes saying that this is an actual review and it's credible and it comes from me, and submit. And then it's going to be stored into our database, where we can start dripping them out to the online review sites. It's easy as that.
That's really important what Mike just said. It's simple, it's immediate, and people will do what you ask them to do, just like Mike said. Like he said, they may have good intentions when they go home to get online, but they may not know how to do that online. They may not know how to do it, and they may have the good intentions to do that. But let me say this one thing. People are more motivated to give you a negative review. If they have a negative experience, they're going to go to their car, get on their phone, and write a negative review. They're going to go home, get on their laptop, they're still kind of ticked off, and they're going to give you a negative review. So what happens is you have a predominance of, maybe if it's just one or two negative people, you can't please everybody. What Mike said is really powerful, because people will do what you ask them to do. Number one, it's tangible. It's not complicated. It's super simple. They go to one page, they click a button, they fill out their information, and it's good to go. Now what do you do with it? That's what Mike's going to talk about next.
Right. And as Nick said, if someone does walk over to that kiosk and puts in a negative review, you really don't have to worry about anything, because what happens is before those reviews go out to to all the review sites, they're actually stored in our database. And you, as the business owner, have the control to put out whatever kind of reviews you want for your business. So we have a set of parameters, as you see right here on your screen, that you can actually post, you can actually set that will actually post out whatever you want. So for example, you can actually check reviews, the specific reviews that you want published manually. You can actually say, you know what, I want 3, 4, and 5 stars, reviews on all on my feeds. And this actually 3, 4, 5. I would say it's okay because if someone gives you a 3-star review, it shows that you're actually a real company and that these reviews are authentic, because you really don't want a bunch of 5 stars, because when that happens, people say, oh, you know what, these reviews are just padded, and they might not think they're real. But if you see some 3 and 4s in there, that's authentic, that's real. Now, obviously, you don't want 1 and 2-star reviews, and you have the control to block those out. And you know what? You even have the control. You even have to get an email notification say, hey, you got a negative review, a 1-star review. So you will know how to address those quickly and do some service recovery right there. So parameters are really important to your business, especially for online reviews. Now, if they go home and log into their Google account themselves and put a review, you don't have any control of that. But if you catch them right then and there before they leave your office, and they can put an online review through the iPad kiosk here, that's giving you control, 100% control of all those reviews before they leave your office. Very, very powerful.
And not to mention, it's occasional negative review that's going to happen anyway. You can't please everybody. The predominance of 4 and 5-star reviews are going to push out that negative review, and people are going to say, well, this is just sour grapes kind of thing.
Right, exactly. So once we start pushing these reviews out to the review sites, these are the kind of review sites that you'll see these reviews on.
I'd like to say one more thing about that. Google, Bing, and Yahoo actually pull from the entire internet. So they're pulling from these websites, and these are high authority sites. That just gives you all that much more Google juice, that it's not just reviews on Google, it's not just reviews on Yahoo or Bing, it's reviews on Foursquare, it's reviews on Manta, it's on all these different sites in Merchant Circle. Maybe you haven't heard of some of these sites, but they're high authority sites that Google says, wow, there's a variety of opinions out there from a variety of different sources. It's all the better for your business.
Okay, this part of the service is really neat for a business that has an email list. So if you have an email list, you can actually send an email out to your list asking them to leave a review for you. So the patient or customer, they might have been there, a month or so ago, but you still want to capture their positive experience. So what you're going to do is you're going to send this email out to them. They're going to fill it out, and then boom, you're going to have that right in your database. Okay, what Nick and I think that's really, really important to growing your online business and your online credibility is tracking and analytics. A lot of companies say they do it, but they don't show it very well. This gives you a really good snapshot, and there's other parts of this report that I'm not going to show you right now, but this is the main part of the report that'll show you exactly where you are and exactly where you came from. And it'll show you what areas we need to really focus on. So as you can see with Perfect Smiles Dental Care, they have a total of 10 local domains. They have 25 first page positions on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Then they have 4 second page positions. Then they have a total, you saw earlier they had 60, but this was done about a few days ago. And at the time of this report, it was 55 online reviews. So you can see that we've come a long way with Perfect Smiles Dental Care in only about a month and a half that they've been with us. So this monthly reporting will show you exactly what we're doing for you and where we need to continue to focus on as far as the different keywords.
Yeah, and it really shows you your return on investment. It shows you your, it holds our feet to the fire. You know, in other words, you
Right.
can say, I mean, 25 first page positions, that's very significant. You know, remember we said 90% of all the clicks are on the first page. We've already done that within a very short period of time. Now that's going to continue to increase and push out the competition. But more importantly, you as our customer, it holds our feet to the fire, and you can say, you can see your progress over the months. And reporting is a major issue for some of our clients, and they want to know, yeah, they're getting more customers and they're getting more clients and they're getting more activity, but they really want to see it in black and white. And this is a perfect way to do that.
Just a couple questions I get every now and then is, what if I get a negative review from my kiosk? And we kind of already talked about that earlier, but if they're coming from the kiosk itself, you have 100% control over that negative review. If you want, you can post it online if you want, or you could just delete it altogether. But what I highly suggest that you do is that negative review, it'll have the person, the customer, patient's name and email address. So you want to do some service recovery here. You want to contact that person, see exactly why they were upset with their experience, and see how you can make that right for them.
You know, maybe you want to offer them a 50% discount to come back in and just kind of reestablish that relationship. You know
Right.
your business better than we do, but this just gives you the power, the control, and the authority to do that.
Right, exactly. And the other question I get is, why can't I just buy an iPad and get online reviews from myself and my patients? Well, there's a couple things. First of all, you're going to get Google slapped, and Google slap means you're either going to get your reviews taken away or your account shut down, and you don't want to do that as a business. Here's what happens. So you buy an iPad. That iPad is put into your office over your Wi-Fi. That Wi-Fi only has one IP address. So you get 50 Google reviews, reviews through Google, Yahoo, and Bing. They're going to say, hey, something fishy's happening right here. Why are all these reviews coming from this one IP address? And then they're going to think that you're doing something wrong when really you're not doing anything wrong. You're having all your patients and customers get reviews through just this one iPad, but Google thinks that, hey, this person just padding their reviews. So we have a network of thousands and thousands of local IP addresses throughout the United States and Canada that we use. So every time someone leaves an online review, when they click submit, the IP address is switched out to a new local IP address. So therefore, Google, Yahoo, and Bing, everything is legit, everything is credible, and everything is authentic. So you're not going to run into any kind of issues with the big three, Google, Yahoo, and Bing. The last question or comment I actually have is, I already have someone doing my online marketing. Well, that's great. We would love to work with that person as well, because everything that we do here is just an additional bonus to what they're already doing. It's an addendum to what they're already doing. If you have someone that's managing your Facebook and doing some SEO and maybe doing a little bit of local business listings, that's great. We can actually work with them hand in hand, because our service kind of goes hand in hand with what they're already doing. So working with your online marketing staff, we have no problem with that. So that's pretty much it. Nick, I'm going to let you close this out. I know there's a lot of information that we've gone through, but Nick, you want to wrap things up for us?
So we've really hammered home that over all of Google's schizophrenia, they're really looking out for the end user, and the end user is your customer. They want to make sure that the most authentic, the best available information is at their fingertips when they're looking for your product or service. With that being said, they've made a ton of changes over time, and things are constantly changing with Google, but the one thing that has held constant is online reviews are king. And the reason for that is that's your customer. That's an authentic personal opinion about your business. So like it or not, whether you like that situation or not, we're making lemonade out of lemons, basically. And the benefit to you is twofold. Number one, you're going to get more customers because you're going to be that top slot on the front page of Google. You're going to get more people calling your business. You're going to get more people calling up to set an appointment. You're going to get more repeat customers. You're also going to get more customers. For the second portion of it is people are going to start seeing social proof. The social proof of, you have 60 reviews or 600 reviews versus your competition that might have 6. It's overwhelming evidence in the eyes of your customers that there's something special going on here. They're going to do a little bit more research, and they're just going to simply call your place of business and set an appointment. It's that social proof. It's that creating that movement that we're doing for you here, and it's a simple solution. It's tangible. It's something that is immediate, and all you simply do is just ask them for their opinion. If they don't want to do it, the next customer will. People do what you ask them to do, and the fact that it's immediate and it's inside of your office, they can put their hands on it. It's simple. All they do is click a button, spend 30 to 60 seconds while they're waiting to pay out or cash out with you or set their next appointment. This is a great opportunity for you to say, we'd love to have you back. We're interested in your opinion. We're always looking to learn and grow, and turn that into a positive. We're always looking to find out how we can improve our business. That's what most businesses want to do. And this, having that ability is a tremendous customer service advantage for them as well. The fact that you're actually asking for their opinion and trying to improve, well, not to mention it just increases your rankings on Google tremendously. But again, even if you have a negative review, you can reclaim that customer. You can actually do what you do best and say, this person has a legitimate concern. We'd hate to lose them to our competition. You, within 20 minutes of getting that negative review, you can contact them and say, hey, I'm really sorry about that. What can we do to get your business? So the bottom line is, if you're ready to get started, just give us a call at that number, 302-321-7555, or text your name and email to get your free online reputation analysis, and we'll be in contact. We'll go from there and see if this is for you.
And the last thing, Nick, I want to mention is that we do a lot of work with dentists and cosmetic dentists, but that niche, that industry, the dental industry, is very, very competitive. And as you probably know, there's probably a dentist on every corner in some towns. At least my town, we got tons of dentists. So if we can do this for the dental industry and get the kind of results we're getting for the dental industry, we're also doing chiropractors and plumbers and cosmetic surgeons. But if we can do this for the dental industry, as competitive as it is, I know we can give you some very, very positive results and start that movement in your local area as well. So thank you guys for your time, and if you have any questions, let Nick and I know, and I hope to talk to you soon.